right between the trees.
Thank you.
Test, test.
Okay, we're going to get started again. It got a little heavy at the last part of our the last session, so I know we already had a prayer to start this off with, but we'd like to start this session off with another prayer again. We're going to ask one of our sisters to come up here and please say a prayer for us. Achawatke, Aidriche.
When I ask the audience to please rise and join, hold the hand to your neighbor, which Jim Gail shot. Gunal Chish, Atas, Sani has, Ya Diatuane, Ik has Dichtasnak, Gunal Chish, Shat Nora. Shat Florence. Let's bow our heads in prayer. Dikian Kao, Ya the outed Lakin Yatsutad, Ha Ididashe, Ha tu, Ya de Shusiki, Ha tu. Latin, just Latin, which is Hanin, Jadiye Uin. One of the names. Akak to adiyan to adya. But if let's see ni tuna adiyena teach. Hakusti aya. Hakusti hayasar tu. Aktiktan ko. Gunal chish has to latsini. So ya hashat has. Hatlilka has gunal chish adihad iadil vituya achlilk achatas gunal chish yidaituka kayel hakadijanakyaki tlatsintin ya iatwa gudik yatsutad gunal chish.
Thank you, Selena. There was a hat brought up here during the break, and would you talk about that?
Ravenhouse grandchild asked if he could bring up his atu. It's the Yunyedi's wolf hat, and we are pleased that the wolf is holding hands with us now. Chish.
When we went on our break, we noticed that the meetings continued out there in the auditorium and out in the hallway and outside. So this is what we're looking at, to bring all these and come all together and talk about how we're going to make our culture stronger. We're kind of running out of time now, and we have two elders. We know we have a lot more to discuss, and if there's one thing that we learned, it's that we need to start coming together as land leaders and keep on discussing what started here in the last couple of days. So I'm going to ask our two elders to talk to us. We'll have Cyril George. Oh, yeah.
Yesterday, our leaders talked about respect.
Yes.
I really believe that you should have let Nora finish her speech instead of cutting her off. As women, we do know a little bit. So we were taught, I belong to the Congo clan, and I was taught by my parents our traditions too. But we that are sitting down here think that you should have let Nora finish her speech instead of cutting her off like she was. You know what? I don't think so.
Cyril George.
First of all, I want to tell you a little story. It's a true story. And it's from my history. When I tell this story, I say, I hope the man that said this was from my family. To start off with, my people originate in Teslin, Canada. We migrated when we got stuck around a mountain for 14 years. Some went back to Teslin. They didn't think they'd survive coming down to southeast. They took some children with them. Say if you get up there sometime, some of those people will walk up to you and introduce themselves as Des Chitan from Angoon. Anyway, I tell this story when I'm really thankful. The people from the interior would hike 200 miles coming down to Tlakwan, trading what they made. One morning, this old man walking down a street in Tlakwan, he met an old friend that just got to Tlakwan, hiked to Tlakwan. Oh boy, they're happy to see each other. This man from Tlakwan told this man from the interior, Nache achadia kodea, nestachana at gechasai, skagachtusnik, kakisa. Come home with me. I'll cook, we'll tell stories, and you'll rest. So when he got through cooking, he dished up. This man from the interior, he took a spoonful, put his hand under his spoon. His host told him, "You shouldn't do that. You'll burn your hand." This is the part. This man from the interior says, "Clag, Teslach Toashka, Taka de Awane Ituslaan." I don't want any of your kindness to go on the floor. When you say that in Tlingit, that means my hand is going to stay under that kindness. So never go to the floor. I'd like to thank my typist here. That's the way I'm keeping up on. I can't hear him. Well, there is a question here. What is Ku'ik? My dad told me in the olden days, he was my teacher. My uncles are all spread out. I learned it from my dad. He taught me everything. When we started off, we never wrote. We all know that. Tlingits never write. My dad told me the chief, he'd sit his nephews around the fire in the evening. Daytime, they were taught how to fish, to hunt, everything. Nighttime was story time, history time, customs. And I am told you never heard a nephew say, "Oh, I heard that one already." Over and over again, stories. Some evening, the chief would point at one of his nephews, "Okay, now you tell it." He started telling a story. Just a little mistake, you stop. You're corrected. So through the ages, our stories never change. At one time I heard sometime there were some that putting in little changes to our liking, but that should never be. we talk about Ku'ik. My dad told me the chief of community or some of the leaders, sometimes when there's nothing really important going on in a community, the leader would say, Ya kahtutan, qana'anda. Let's take a boat. That's the canoe. To different communities. At Kustinj, we see if there's something we can imitate. That's learning something new. How at times these people would get together, nothing important, just to get together. Renew your bonds with your family, your friends. We bring presents and we get presents, trading and having a good. To me, that's being invited to be invited. It's an honor. When somebody remembered what you did some time back, thinks of it and put it up in front of your friends, your family. That's an honor. Goodness cheese. Goodness cheese.
Andy?
Our next speaker is a grandson of mine, Duke Nakadi, Teotish.
Cheers. Anybody tell me where the edge of the stage is?
You're on stage. It's going to be a long time.
You can go ahead and sit down.
Okay. That little stint that you just seen me do a little while ago when I was coming back to the stage, I'm in training for Al McKinley. Him and I raced in Hunad at one time, and the only way I beat him is when I was coming to the finish line. I stretched my neck out. But that wasn't the reason why I beat him. It was my coho nose that got past the line first. Right, Al? It's always nice to start everybody out by laughing. A lot of things have been talked about today, and what I'd like to talk about are names that are given out. I know that a lot of our people, a lot of our men and women have married into the non-natives, and a lot of names have been given out to these people. I think what I'm trying to get at is that some of these names that were given, I've seen this done, that were given. After the party is over, you never see that person anymore. They don't even participate in our doings, and when we get together, they don't come to our party. So that name is still wandering around out there somewhere. This is how I feel about that. However, there are a lot of people out there that are non-natives that do participate in a lot of our doings. They do participate. This is what I wanted to bring out too, and I hope that the panel will talk about it too. And another thing is our blankets, especially the one that's had that panel in the middle. It's for high caste people and people that have done extraordinary things for other clans. And they bring it out to you and honor you with it by giving it to you. I know I got one. I got two of them, in fact. These are some of the things that are going, getting out of hand. I think it's because it looks so nice that they think it's they're entitled to it. My brother Albert Davis was a class spokesman before me. I think this is the reason why I was entitled to that blanket that was made for me, because I was a high caste because of my brother Albert. And if I'm wrong, I hope someone will come over and say that I am. I will accept it. As I said yesterday, we're losing our respect for each other. And I mentioned yesterday too that Alaska chooses respect. Even in the paper, Alaska chooses respect. And I will continue to keep using that word, respect. And I know you're going to get a lot of it from me as a clan leader of the Kohos here in Sitka. Our songs are very precious songs. Some songs are being sung without even asking the clan that song belongs to, without even coming to us and say, may we or can we use this song? Instead of doing that, they just go right ahead and do it. They sing. I heard one of our Koho songs already, and I just wondered who in the world gave permission to do that. Our songs are very precious, just like our history. I'm hoping that things will get back together when this is all over. I am very happy and honored and humble to be out here speaking to all of you. I am humbled by the clans that are around me right now. The hats that are up here are strength. Our strength. And earlier, someone mentioned the spirit of the people who wore it before me are still in it. When the hat was put on me here in this building a few years back, they were told that you will feel the weight of its responsibility. And after hearing all the others that spoke before me already about responsibility, the hat that I wear got a little heavier. That's why I thank you all very much for being here to listen to us, to hear what we have to say, and to try to straighten out some of the things that are going wrong. Oh yes, another one. When a clan leader speaks after everybody has spoken, it ends right there. No matter how much somebody wants to speak, they cannot speak anymore. Because when the clan leader is through speaking, that's it. I know I've been guilty of letting a person speak again after I was through speaking already. But that is one of the rules that I'm going to stick to from now on. When I'm through, that's it. The buck stops here. I thank you all for listening to me. Kuna chisa kaudia sa ahe takat yohan. Taksawede. Who's Kitan? I forgot already. Takhede. Akishas shukanede. Akanyang shankakede. Aksika askagwantan. Kuna chisa ayake wate. And I see the head is the achit to cut you on. The cheese. Because the cut you on to wake your eye. Gonna cheese the head is the achit. Gonna cheese the quasa a kakak to your gay. Ya yada khoskin is the cut you on ya gay. You take it, you take two, Yaslingiski said to you, you take two, it's in your heart being a trinket. That's why you are here. You want to know. And I thank you all very much. Go cheers. Oh. Man, this is take care of your health. That way you won't have to have two people helping you get up, and you won't have to raise people like Al. Hey, I've been in training for 2 years now. Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you, Herman. We're going to have one more speaker. We do have, I want to make a special presentation after this last speaker. That's why we're going to end up. We know that there are a lot of subjects that we need to talk about, but unfortunately, time gets away from us, and we just don't have the time to do it on this conference. Hopefully, it'll be continued on the future conferences. While the last speaker is talking, we'd like the people that are planned this conference to come up here. We'd like to talk to them. Steve, all the planners, would you come up here, please? Make your way up here. We have one more speaker. Yes, no.
Sharing our knowledge. I came to Raven House to learn. And what I've learned is that there is a right way and a wrong way. This is why we gather. The most important thing that that has been taught from my own brother, the dog salmon, is honor. Last night he spoke of respect. And he said respect only lasts as far as that door. But honor goes on and on. I am honored to be seated with you that are here today. We brought out our atu to hold hands, and this is what we have done. I pray that this continues, the sharing of our knowledge. It isn't been put together to fix everything. It's been put together so that we can see it, what we need to do. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Thank you, Anna Hoots, for allowing this to happen. Ray, thank you to all the people that are on their way up here. Thank you very much. Everything that we've learned, we're going to take home, and we're going to hold it precious to us. And it's cheesh, ho ho. Earlier, when we came up, Raven House handed its hat to its grandchild to carry it up. This is what Raven House was taught, is that we love others, our grandchildren, and we dress them up. Everybody knows who we are. Everybody knows who we are. The old ones would sit with a black bandana and a gray blanket. They wouldn't be all dressed up. They would dress up their grandchildren because everybody knew who they were. And it's cheesh for making this happen. Yeah.
We have one more speaker. Oh, wow. Andy? Anahud? Oh. You want to... We didn't talk about this, so we're planning it out now. How do we... Well, who starts it off?
Yeah, we were so happy with the way this conference is going. The job was so well done that we wanted to have everybody recognize the people that worked so hard to have this happen. It is very, very refreshing the way things have gone for us, giving us a chance to be a big part of this clan conference. So we just want to thank each and every one of you for what you've done. It's turning out really well. We appreciate it very much. So, buenos cheese. Thank you. One thing, the Eagles. Goodness cheese, Jerry. You
guys want to say thank you? You want to say thank you? No, we're saying thank you now on the Eagle, and then we're even going to say thank you.
Gonna cheese ye at Pasakast to cut you han yai ya at kai ako ya clan conference gonna cheese away jo ya one ya kak gao sagao ka kuanagat akhlad du kak ka agech ka Yinde Yank Swatki Yak Hatasu Ati Yahwanakati Nik Yesna Yisti Gunal Cheesh Yeji Neyi Ho Ho Yewaka Koke Hatak Yukatanki Gunal Cheesha.
Edwell, did you want to?
Goodness cheese. What an honor and privilege it was for the Duxlawady to connect to all of our people from the interior, those who traveled long distances, to see friends, to see relatives, to see them smile, to hear them laugh. All of this was possible because of the people standing up in front of me. Goodness cheesh to every single one of you for helping to put this together so we could all come and laugh, smile, learn. I'm continuously learning from every single one of you. And because of this, I thank each and every one of you. Goodness cheesh.
That's it on Eagle's side. We just wanted to give a Eagle welcome to this panel. And I'll turn it back to my grandfathers to Kick City.
Good cheese on hood. The other day I was standing outside and the clan leaders were talking, and I'd like to share some of the words that I heard from the clan leaders. One of them said, "You know how many years that I've waited to see something like this happen, to see all the clan leaders coming into the hall. You could hear the pride in his voice because of what you people put together. We wanted you to know how it affected the clan leaders to have them involved in what you're doing." Another clan leader said, who was we were talking over there, and he said you could feel the power when the clan leaders came walking in. And this is what you accomplished when you were working, probably way into the night. I look at this as when you guys were doing the planning, it's something like us planning a big week that we always were up late into the night worrying about details, worrying about this, worrying about that. And so I imagine I kind of have an idea of what some of you went through, especially the lead man who is not here right now. So we want to thank you for including the clan leaders in this conference. You don't know how you made us feel as clan leaders to be involved in a clan conference. So we wanted you to know before we left, we finished our portion, how you made us feel and the effect that you had on the clan leaders because of what you did. So we want to thank all of you, each and every one of you. And the only way that we knew to our strongest, the strongest thing we can give to you are our words. So thank you. Thank you. Slave to east. You can talk from there. Yeah, just turn towards him.
Chief, I'd like to thank all of you for doing what you've done. I know there's a great weight on your shoulder to try to keep everybody happy. That big responsibility that you went through today, this year, to keep it going. And I hope it continues. And thank you so much for giving the clan leaders so much time. And if we have taken any time away from anybody, we apologize for doing that. I know the responsibilities that were hung over you, and I suppose that all of you sat at a table and discussed all that is going on right now, and to try to keep it in context with the time, to try to keep everybody happy, all the people that want to be heard, the language, the people that make it, historians, Forest Service people, fishing people, all these people you have to try to keep happy. However, I am a little bit unhappy. No, I joke. What time is it? Oh, gee, I got 5 minutes yet, huh? Well, I think it's going to take me about that long to say thank you, 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 all of you for doing all this for us and to try to keep everybody happy. I think you've succeeded. So I'm buying drinks for everybody tonight. I joke. I don't have that much money. Anyway, thank you all again for all the great work that you've all done. And the cheese, to cut your horn. Ja, jeetje, nee. Jeetje, nee. Zeg, was er goed, ik yes. Tjaan, kwa, toen dacht ik, ja. Ja, dat. Ja. One more minute. You want the microphone back? You want the microphone back?
Taking it away from you now. It's enough.
Keep pulling. Yeah, but I want to. Hold on. Just a minute.
Ja, we. Kan echt aan.
When I heard this conference that was going to go on, I enjoyed the fact that it tickled my ears. But I thought of something. I knew you guys were going to step into the fire. You were definitely going to step into the fire, dealing with us. But no, when we all walk away from this, you held my heart in your hands. You held my heart in your hands. That's what you did. Thank you for that. And I thank you for that. Yeah.
We want to turn the mic over to our brothers, the Dr. Talent.
Kanachish Yakachiti Hatsaki Ahe Sakati Juan Anet Kasani Yati Kini Hectus Takwaki Ayaye was hunted to the art. Yatakakashkosi Hikakshakuni Yak. Ataka patatan, shukanach, yaslingat hasati. Ayakotayanus, kanasyu, eslakudate. Ya Takwede, Daklawede, Kit Kwan, Ishak. Iyakhasyu, Kakwantan, Akhishitakanech. Takwasakun cheese, Yedayakakanus, Yatakwaskhene, Akhetche, Akanian, Akhliskohas, Ushkitan, Akhtatkankian, Chukanede. Kantratseva Kahina Yatke Tachhan Suka Hadi Akhina Yatko Tachhan Kiyan Sukna Hadi Hashakun Uchin how the WhatsApp Ajay Sakudate. Kanasyo. You get the Hahwa Achchiat, you hold the Hatiho. Let Kakanachtakanachta Kokanik, Yakao, Atreku, Haida.
tuuk ayaye khatkatua acht yadi ikhan ikho dekhati kho sakati khan sanete chish yukatangi atwasi kuyata hasakutu tiyu kawsnik iqaiti khwa akh khayatuna atshakte khuwaha adak tatane yad atkukhediyak hain khotutlinik khakwantanyadi khatsatich akjina khawaha adak tatane taktatkhangyan yakhaktayin kuksati kunchish Sakatuhan, Ray Wilson, Andy Abona, Johnny Duncan. Adach Kasnikaya, Kaya Atuna, Tawasiku Yukukaksa Ache. Hastekonika Atiti Tiaya, Kusaka, where at Kuaha. Anushi in Yandia has named Kasyan Dash Kasnik. Sakwasa to a Yaki Yukukaksa, Kayish Kasnik, Eka Kayatuna, adequate Yandia has named Aya Kakwantan, Atakautitan. Yandiat and Nikwan Kaiho Kasyan. Yewe Yukatankin Sao Ti Kakwantan. Yanasneawa Putuaho Kasyan. Akaya Kusakawas Ach to Shakodawati. Yukatank Yanasao. Yanasauliach. You katanko ayah to asiku yukakaksache. Has to ishas hasati ye kakwantan, Bekiksati, Awada autitan, Kashade honey kakwantan. Ayah kishka hasnik shank, Ayah akakanita. Ishan Khat. You Katangi and Saoti. Yakosaka Tudi and Nayati, Ishak Hayat Hisati, Hesaktawa Ushku, Chenach, Yakosaka Tudi and Nayati. Ajayats are Hishakutuati, Yewe Yukatank and Saoti. Kayatu necha kayetri adedutichania. Ashachas nati jayas akayas to in kanehasuwa at kakwantan. Aji dat ya usnakutita ay ate. Eskhatkashu dushik. Ye away you katang at kuke dektawasiku in kakwasinki. Kaya tuna kaya. Ajaya kakslinik. I'd like to interpret, acknowledging the people who put the program together, along with the clan leaders that are here today. We're on the verge of assimilation. We looked around, how many Singa speakers are among us? How many are there in Alaska? Not very many, less than 200. So to me, this is a great gathering. The story is about Kiksadi. The real story is about respect, so I wanted to share this, interpreted in English. How people looked at kinship, how important it was, survival. When the Russians came among us, The Kiksari didn't like being mistreated, so they were going into battle. There were other clans that were involved. The Daktintan were involved, and the Crows were involved, and the Chilkats. That's why the Chilkats, they never do anything without them, because they were always been so supportive. But the main story is the Kakwantan. The Kiksari were the children of the Kakwantan. And when they were going into battle, they said, we wanted to call Chief Katlian from the Kiksari. So they put the war bonnet on him, a Kakwantan war bonnet, and they said, we don't want you going into battle alone. We want you to put the war bonnet of the Kakwantan because you're our children, and we will be there alongside of you. That's one of the form of respect. So I share this with you. Peter, Nishmo, Dion, Judy, Jerry, and I'm sorry I don't know each and every one. Connie, Richard Downhour, Marsha, Steve, Kate. So in acknowledgement and respect, I share this story with you. The other one that bothers me is the story about Governor Brady. Governor Brady beat us down into the ground. We couldn't speak English. It was like the gathering of chiefs like today. The clan leaders were gathered in Juneau. When the meeting was done, they were so beat down. All they wanted to do is to have a little land for gardening so the children would not starve. Today, the clan speakers are gone. There are very few that are left today. So, in other words, maybe today, in what I'm hearing from the clan leaders, the healing should begin in every community. There needs to be healing. There needs to be spreading of the feathers, starting with Wrangell, Sitka, and all of our communities, Huna. And every clan leader has their own jurisdiction. So today is a good day for me to be able to address the issues. I agree with the clan hats, but the most important for the clan houses is a screen that tells a story of jurisdiction and ownership. Today is a good day because I look at the people who put the program together. And especially I want to acknowledge the staff of Gambell that are involved with the language program. They're making every effort for survival of the language, and I'm glad to be a part of it. And today, I put my Daktintan hat on. It's not my words. It's the language of my grandfather's people. It's the way they would address you, each and every one of you. So I thank you for giving me a few minutes to say a few words in acknowledgement of your efforts. That's the way my grandpa would have said it. And I share this with you, each and every one of you, especially the recipients in an audience.
Thank you, Jan. We're just about out of time. We got a couple more speakers. Paul, would you come up and say a few words? We would appreciate it if you would make it short because we're running into lunchtime.
Gunalchish, Makani. Gunalchish to cut you horn. Just a twasigu in Kochla Chegu Gig.
just like to say a few words at this time. Ya tuanne tlitsi. It is hard when you respect someone more than yourself. Because I look at all of you are smarter than I am and know a great deal more than I do. So it's hard for me to find words that would give you honor. When I look at your faces, it's what I think of. And so I'm reminded of the story my elder brother Austin Hammond told me about the little bird that was on the mountain. He was being observed, watched from the time he was in the shell. And when he came out of the shell, they watched the bird run around and look like as if he was lost. I think sometimes when I feel that way. But the little bird came back because he found a hole that looked safe to him. And he came back and he picked up his shell and he carried it over to the hole and he covered it because he wanted to protect the outer shell that protected him until he was born. You guys are the little bird protecting us. You're our outer shell that's helping us, wanting us to be protected, wanting to bring back our traditions and our love for one another. That's why it is hard for me to say words and find words, because of the respect you've given all of us.
The Kiksadi have given the Deshitan the honor of closing this session. I'm going to call on my older brother, Kakak, to say a closing prayer.
I'd like to have the organizing committee come out here and face the clan leaders, please, and the clan spokesman. Nora's usually standing on this side with us, but we recognize her clan position, so please stay there. We're honored to be able to. You're fine. You're good. Thank you. My Tlingit name is Chachik, and I apologize to the audience, especially to the camera, for our back to you. But I'm proud to show my identity to the audience. But we wanted to make sure to look at you and to be able to appreciate you and all the kind words that were given to us. In all humility, we are really proud to be able to provide a forum for the clan leaders, the clan spokesmen, the Hitsatis. In 1993, during the first clan conference up in Klukwan and Haines, my brother Andy was the one who had the vision to have the clan conference. And during that clan conference, while there was no clan leaders specific, they had a wolf eagle night and a raven night. And that was where the clan leaders had decided what their program was going to be in a traditional manner. And when there was some discussion and feedback from the previous clan conference in 2009, the organizing committee really felt that it would be important to bring that forum back. But last year in the fall time, George Bennett, thank you, George Bennett, for letting me know about a clan leaders meeting that was here in Sitka, and asked if I could attend. And I didn't know what necessarily the subject was going to be, but it became real obvious that it was important to bring the clan leaders and the clan conference together. Grakshish, George. Grakshish, Ray, you were at that meeting. Herman Davis, thank you. Grakshish, you were at that meeting. And I'm not going to say too many more words, but I wanted to make a couple of other points. That we simply want to provide a forum for the clan leaders. And it is your program. We are simply trying to provide a place where you can talk, you can decide what you want to do. And we will abide by what you determine that you want done. And I want to say, I talked to some of the organizing committee members beforehand, and we want to, sorry, Andy, all of us except one is going to accept all the good compliments. The Mad Russian, if you have any complaints, go to the Mad Russian over here. We might need to get another PSAT going here. But I spoke to some of the organizing committee members beforehand and let them know that on behalf of the organizing committee, we commit to you for all the clan conferences to come, a place for you to decide what you want done. Before we have the closing prayer, I want to have Lance start shaking hands to each one of the clan conferences, and we'll follow you.
Steve, with you growing up in you may have mentioned Steve Henriksen since he's not up here. Yeah, please.
Yeah, he's monitoring the panel.